Randall J here with some more coherent drivel. I'm going to talk about climate change today, global warming thing. And first off, I think it's very important for you to share this kind of information with anybody planning on having children, okay? Because I'm going to predict the future. I'm kind of good at predicting the future. Um, First of all, we have, in the last 150 years, we've created more than a third of carbon dioxide. We've raised it. I think it's more like 40% now. And, that's the problem. Right now, what's going on in the United States? We've got California has like 12 feet of snow. They're suspecting like 5 to 10 more feet. Okay? At the same time, in Texas, they have a 1,000,000-acre wildfire. Okay? Up in Chicago, and this is February, it's usually very cold. Chicago is the windy city, freezing cold, windy city. They're at the beach. It's like 77 degrees or something. Okay? I'm in Colorado. We got a little bit of snow. And then all across the Midwest, they're having a lot of tornadoes. Nighttime tornadoes, the worst kind. Okay? All that's happening at the same time. And that's instability. Atmospheric instability causes these things. And this is just the beginning. This is like in a flash flood, first there's 6 inches of water, then a few minutes later, here comes a foot, and then a few minutes later, here comes like 2 or 3 more feet, and then it's, uh-oh. And right now, we're just in the 6 inches of water part. So anyway, what's going to happen? Well, here's one of the things that they don't. Also, okay, so you raise Earth's temperature just 1.5 degrees so far, something like that. And the tundra is frozen ground, like 10, 20 feet deep, frozen, been frozen for, the last long time, million years, whatever. And what happens is all the plant material that falls to the ground, it does not decay because it's frozen. So you have, 10 feet of like frozen material underground, kind of. It doesn't rot very much. So when you raise the temperature, it starts to rot and it releases methane. Methane's what? I forget, 20 or 40 times more a global warming thing than carbon dioxide. So the methane is releasing. But it's worse than that. In the oceans, under pressure at the bottom of the oceans, it's kind of cool and it's under a tremendous amount of pressure. And there's actually methane ice under the ocean everywhere. And the ocean's what, 2/3 of the world, something like that. I forget. Anyway, that too, if you raise it just a degree or two, it starts bubbling up. So you have methane all over the oceans, bubbling into the atmosphere. You got the tundra melting, bubbling up methane into the atmosphere. In fact, check out the Earth explosions happening up in the tundra, up in Russia, up in there. Like these big holes in the ground, like whatever, I don't know, 1,000 feet across or something, and they're like 300-400 feet deep or something like that. Boom! These mysterious holes. How'd they get there? How'd they get there? Well, most probably how they get there is a lightning strike. Hits the ground, and the ground is filled with methane. Boom! It's, yeah, so that's exciting. And anyway, so whenever you watch documentaries on global warming and stuff like that, they say, oh, at the end, the scientists, they crack me up. At the end, they all say, but there's still hope. We better hurry up. We got like 10 more years. We got to, cut our carbon emissions. We got to hurry up. It's too late. Let me tell you. The train has left the station. The snowball is rolling down the hill. It's happening. The tidal wave is on its way, and so that the question is what should we do? Should we just say, oh well, fuck it, ain't nothing we can do. Just go wild. Use all the gasoline you feel like it. Well, no, that's the wrong attitude. Because here's what will happen in the future. Okay? The global warming will cause crop failures, and animal agriculture will be in big trouble. We'll have to build big shelters, gigantic shelters for the animals, and we'll also have to have gigantic greenhouses and that are heated and cooled, because you don't know. And they got to be strong enough to withstand heavy snow loads. Like, it's going to be just the architecture is going to be a problem. It's going to have to be very significant. Okay. So millions of people will die all over the world. That's why I think the United States should isolate. That's why we got to close off our borders. Also, this is why you don't want to have children. You really don't want to have children anymore. It's a bad risk. Even if you get to live till you die before the shit falls apart, your children are definitely going to witness a Mad Max world. Okay? And then, everything's going to happen. We're going to have electrical failures, all kinds of things, water shortages, just terrible, terrible shit's going to happen. And the rich people will have their underground shelters. But don't worry, poor people, because the rich people are still going to need people to work for them. They're still going to need agriculture. They're still going to need more food. No matter how much food they have stored away, they're going to need a little more. Going to need some vegetables. Going to need some meat, So they'll have to build shelters, like bunkers for the workers. So some poor people will survive, but it'll be like compounds. We're not talking everybody gets to survive. We're talking the lucky few, And then I imagine the poor people will take over the rich people bunker at some point, starve them out a little or something. So that'll be fun. Like I said, Mad Max world coming soon. Okay. Now, another thing that they don't talk about when they talk about global warming and climate science and stuff is this. Okay. The North and South Pole have trillions and trillions of tons of ice, which is water, which is, water is 8 pounds per gallon. Trillions and trillions of tons. As it melts, the Earth spins at 1,000 miles an hour. All that water is going to migrate to the equator. So now, instead of the Earth being squoze by gravity from north and south, squoze that way, when all that weight migrates to the equator, now it's going to be squeezing this way, from east to west, you might say. And what's that going to do? Well, that's going to cause earthquakes and volcanoes. Oh yeah, that's another thing that's happening right now. South of Mexico City, there's a volcanic eruption happening. We don't know how big it's going to be. This is all happening today, 12 feet of snow, and they're expecting another 10 feet in California. Million-acre wildfire in Texas, summer temperatures in February in Chicago, and a volcano south of Mexico City, all happening today, And there's more. Oh, I forgot the tornadoes that are wintertime tornadoes, nighttime, wintertime tornadoes, all across the nation. Yeah. This is the first wave. This is the beginning. This is how it starts. But the second wave will scare everybody. But it'll be too late. It'll be drastically too late for most people. The government will have to go into emergency bunker mode, emergency everything mode, crop emergencies, livestock emergencies. The electrical grid could go down significantly. Many, many things. And then the migration. Because around the equator, it'll get so bad that people will try to migrate north. So we need to shut down our borders. I think we shouldn't get immigration from no country, nowhere. And we'll be lucky if Canada allows us to move north. I don't know how they could stop us, because we're the United States of assholes, right? So they can't really stop us. So anyway, the point of this video is you need to tell all your friends this is a really bad century in the new millennium. It is not advisable to have children. The new millennium is not going to be hospitable to child rearing. It's coming, baby. It's coming. Watch out. Prepare yourself. It's good to be old right now. I almost wish I was 10, 15 years older so I could have went to Woodstock. I missed that. But, still. Started life on a bicycle, playing outside. And then I get to see all this technology. Got my big screen TV. Modern automobiles. It's been pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay, well, best of luck to us all. We're not going to stop global warming. It's coming like a freight train. But we better start figuring out how to prepare. And the government's not doing that yet, is it? Not really. Nobody's really doing that yet. Nobody's taking it seriously. But you will. In the next year or two, it'll become very serious. All right, enough out of me. Hey, like and share, subscribe. Like I said, tell all your friends the truth. I really like this. You never heard that before, about when the water migrates from the poles down to the equator, how it's going to squish and cause more earthquakes and volcanoes. Yeah, I'm the only one saying that. But think about it. It's real. Bye.